See, my story, when I got shot, it wasn't even, the bullet wasn't for me, but when they was shooting, I was in a way where I got hit. They shot up the front of my mom house, and I was one of the bullets.
I know it's pressure in these streets, you can't sleep without it. It's like the walls are caving in, believe me, I got it. We gotta eat, and sadly, that may result to violence. We wanna change though, so hear our prayers, Lord. Amen, 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 amen. Send a blessing if you hear me, Lord. Amen, 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 amen. Rain down on my city, oh.
I'm the founder and executive director for Level 1 Project, DBA Lois's Kids Incorporated. I'm here today with Macon Noise Media Incorporated, and we're making films for the Street Noise miniseries. Street Noise is a community project that we've adopted to incorporate the ideas and the opinions of our youth in our community. Today, we have several youth here from the Fathers Among Men project. We have youth here from the community, and we'll be interviewing those youth and getting their feedback on gun violence. So I will start with, what's your name?
Josiah Phelps.
Okay, and what's your age?
12 years old.
All right. And what school are you currently attending?
Macon Middle School.
Okay. And what do you think are the factors? And these are questions that I'm going to ask, the factors contributing to gun violence in our community.
It's too many young folk with gun. Like, it's too many, these little niggas be having gun. It's too many niggas with gun. Like, they be like 15, 14 with gun.
Why do you think they carry guns?
Protection.
Protection from what?
Yeah, somebody probably leaks, somebody, yeah, it's stuff like that.
Okay, can you repeat that for me?
It be like folk leak for somebody, like, so, folk be beef, yeah. Folk be beef.
You know, I hear that word a lot, folks be beefing. I don't understand. Help me understand what beefing is, and as a result of you beefing, why do you have to harm somebody? Why do you feel you have to harm someone?
Yeah, somebody probably hard the other person first, they just gotta retaliate.
Can you say that one more time?
Okay, what do you think are the factors contributing to gun violence in our community?
Teenagers and us young people committing violence and crimes.
Okay. And what do you think is the reason for them committing those crimes or deciding to go in that direction?
Because they see other people doing it, and that makes them want to do it too.
Okay.
Everybody just be want to get a gun now. Everybody just be want to get it just to show off or just to kill somebody, just to do it. Wait.
And why do you think they think that way?
Cause they see people on the internet. They see people on the internet or people that's in jail or so, or they see people that's actually don't kill people. They see them doing it, or they hear about them doing it, and then they want to do it.
Okay, so they don't take into consideration the consequences of killing another person?
Yes, they don't.
So what actions do you think can be taken to resolve the issue, lead them away from wanting to get involved in that kind of thing?
Coming together as a community and stopping the violence.
Okay. Are you involved in any activities that currently will prepare you for your future career?
I don't even know. I just be chilling.
Oh, you just be chilling. I was about to say, so what do you do with your time?
I can't say too much.
Hi, give us your name. Tell us who you are.
Hey, my name's Samira Evans.
Samira Evans. Okay. And how old are you, Samira?
15.
All right. Are you currently attending school?
Yes, ma'am.
And what school is that?
Southwest High School.
Okay, Southwest. Everybody went to Southwest. I went to Ballard Hudson. They don't have that anymore. But anyway, that was a fun school. Listen, we're here today because we're talking about our community and we're talking about things that happen in the community, particularly with gun violence. But can you tell us of some experiences you may have had in the past that contributes to your way of thinking and how you do things now?
When I was 10 years old, I've been shot before. I got shot when I was 10. I had multiple surgeries. I had blockage, a lot of stuff. I've been hit in my back, came out on my side. I got a scar on my stomach that I have to live with for the rest of my life. It's dangerous out here, and for people to be out here with guns, gun violence, killing other people for nothing. I feel like we should put the gun down, all come together, support each other, not just out here beefing about little petty stuff. God gave us our way to do stuff, but they gave us jobs. They making people do jobs and stuff now. Like at the age of 15, we do jobs.
What
got
type of jobs? What,
like,
when you say jobs, what jobs are you referring to at 15?
Restaurants like Wendy's, not Wendy's, Captain D's. They got Kroger. They Publix. They got a lot of jobs out here for young adults to be out the streets with guns just in our hands. They got a lot of stuff for us to do. Help the community. They got Boys and Girls Club, after school programs. They got a lot of stuff for us to not just be out here in the streets, towing guns, killing people for no reason.
Okay. So what advice would you give to your peers to tell them how to avoid what happened to you?
Stay out the way. Making money, doing stuff to keep them away from guns, not always just picking up guns because they beefing with somebody, but you should always protect yourself. Don't never let your guard down.
Yeah, but how did you tell me you were 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're thinking about protecting yourself from someone else harming you at 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you plan to stay out of the way?
Basketball, but if basketball don't work out, to go to the military. All I plan on doing.
See, my story, when I got shot, the bullet wasn't for me, but when they was shooting, I was in a way where I got hit. They shot up the front of my mom house, and I was one of the bullets. One of the bullets came towards me. And I just told them, I'm okay, but it ain't hurt, but it hurted my people more than it hurted me. And I had to always tell them, stay strong. I'm okay, I just want justice.
What are you doing to avoid, well, you said it was a kind of a drive-by type situation, so it wasn't directed at you.
Yes,
what would you say, what message would you give to the people who think it's okay to do a drive-by and harm someone else?
It's pointless. It ain't no reason. It's no real reason for somebody to be out here shooting at another person about petty stuff. People, they beef about nothing. Like, situations I done heard and had heard about people shooting, it'd be pointless. Like, my accident was pointless. It wasn't even a real situation behind it. To this day, I still don't know who shot me. I ain't gonna know. I just want justice.
Okay, so how do you feel about that now? How do you feel towards people? You live in a community, and do you ever think about, say, retaliation, or do you think about are you apprehensive about living in an environment where that could possibly happen?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, but what do you think you can do to change some of it? You have me speechless. Your story is amazing. It's it's a bit much for someone your age to have to deal with. You read these stories, you don't hear them or see the people involved firsthand. But what do you think you can do to help resolve some of the issues that cause violence in the community?
Getting together and doing stuff children should be doing at our age. Like parties that still can conflict gun violence. They still bring guns around, but we could do things. We could be out here playing football. We could do sports, get them in sports, school, graduating, chasing the dream that they always had, doing their goals, meeting their goals. We can help do that. We can get together and help do that.
Okay. Okay. Well, there are resources. There are organizations out here that can certainly help you and point you in the right direction. It will be on you as to whether you want to get involved. Are you currently involved in activities that will prepare you for your future?
Yes, I'm in JLTC. I want to go to the Army.
Okay.
I had that dream since I was 10 too.
Okay. What is your name?
Montel
What's your full name?
Willis,
Okay. And what's your age?
14.
What school are you currently attending?
Southwest.
All right. And what do you think are the factors contributing to gun violence, or have you ever experienced any activity where gun violence came into play?
Yeah, man.
Okay, well, tell me about that.
I done got shot at before, but it wasn't even on no these type stuff. People they got guns and just wanted to use it.
It wasn't a beef. It was just someone shooting and you accepted as something that was normal and it was a way of life. Is that the way you looked at it? May I ask you why?
I mean, I don't know. Everybody gotta die, so it just depends on how you go out.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. So do most of your peers feel the same way? Or is it just you?
I think it's everybody that I hang around. I don't know.
Okay. And can you tell me where that thought process came from, that it's okay if I'm shot at and you look at it as if everybody's got to die and you don't think that it's abnormal for that type of behavior?
I think it's normal.
He was shot when he was 4, and people that had guns around, they were playing with play guns, but somehow he found the real gun and the gun went off, and he got hit where he couldn't survive it. And ever since then, I just been trying to help my brothers them stay away from guns. I don't want them to end up like how my cousin was. I just want better for them. I want them to be better than what me and my parents was. I want them to grow up and succeed. I want them to do better in life, chasing their dreams.
There are several root causes that contribute to gun violence among our youth in our community. And just to name a few is poverty, lack of opportunities, and the perception of homelessness. Easy access to firearms by high-risk people, and income inequality. What do you think the community as a whole can do to resolve some of the issues?
So I think that it has to be a multi-pronged approach. I think that in Macon, what I've liked them doing is I like the Macon Violence Prevention Program, where they're working with a lot of different organizations doing grassroots efforts. You have some national organizations and you have some local organizations that are working and making that impact. And so you need people that are in the community that are working to create natural, real solutions. And so that means you got to occupy our youth time. Biggest thing. If I put kids in the desert with sticks and sand, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna find games to play with sticks and sands, and they're gonna have the greatest time in the world, right? If I leave them in the community with guns and drugs, guess what? They're gonna treat it like a game as well, because they're gonna look for entertainment. They're gonna look for ways to have fun and ways to build camaraderie. And if that's around negativity, then they're gonna build that camaraderie around negativity. If we give them something positive, keep their time occupied, then we improve what they do. One of the approaches we did was we did a partnership with Urban Air, where we have youth come on a Saturday. And those youth would come on a Saturday, and for the first hour to 2 hours, they would read and play chess. Because as they read more, they gotta read out loud. It's gonna increase their reading efficacy. It's gonna read their reading lexile, right? And so it forces them to get better at reading. If they get better at reading, their education gonna improve. More likely for them to stay in school, and you offset some of the information and data they talk about as far as the school to prison pipeline about third grade reading scores and sixth grade reading scores. And so we impact them like that. But also what people don't realize about that concept is we're restructuring their friend group and their social group, because if every Saturday they're tied up, these become their new friend, and they go out there and they play and they have a good time, and all day is tied up. So they're having a good time, and you're keeping them away from drugs, you're keeping them away from having kids, you're keeping them away from all these negative things, and they don't even realize it because they just showed up to have fun. And then the ones that don't want to sit around and read, they're gonna do it because why? Because they want to be able to go out and have fun with their friends, and they want to enjoy that time. And so you use that camaraderie as a positive motivator to get them to go ahead and do what? Come in and read. And once you get a group going, that positive peer pressure, they're gonna tell everybody else, hey, go ahead and sit down and read, man, because if you don't do it, then none of us can go out there. So guess what? And so now they do it, and they change their peer group.
Okay. All right. One last question related to that, and I'd have to ask you, what's normalized this for you? I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to tell you what my thoughts are on it, but what's normalized it for you?
I grew up around a lot of it, so.
You grew up around, I missed it.
I grew up around a lot of it. I used to stay in an apartment complex. Like, people used to come behind my house to shoot them.
Okay. What would you do if you could change it?
I'm gonna definitely change, make people, try to make people put the gun down and stuff like that.
Okay, and how would you go about that?
How would I go about it? I don't know. It just, see, you don't have beef with people, but people got beef with you. So people that got beef with you, they got it in your head that they gonna eventually try to kill you, so you gotta have a gun.
All right. The homicide rate in Macon has decreased by 36% compared to the same time in 2024. Now, the age group that is committing the crimes is between the ages of 20 and 30. The homicide rate among teens has drastically declined. What do you think contributes to the reduction in homicide among our teens?
So it's a grassroots effort. You got a lot of people that are from Macon, that are younger, that are out here trying to put boots on the ground and do good work, working with our youth. You have brothers like Joe Booz out here that's from the community. You got brothers like LJ out here in the community. You got brothers like Chuck out here in the community. You have like Joe Mann. You got a lot of people that are from this community that are trying to bring people together and keep these young men involved, give them things to do. You've had some summer camps, you've had spring break camps. You know, as we keep our youth involved and engaged, then they have less time to get into those negative things. And if we keep them going on something else, you know, as long as they're having fun, they're entertained, they're not gonna pick up the guns as much. And what happens is they start to build emotional intelligence, being able to regulate their emotions. A lot of our young men don't know how to regulate that emotion because I mean, as youth, we're taught, hey, everything is about respect, right? And so that's the mindset we have. But the thing is like, when you get older, you got to realize that all of that energy you put in that matters if you're going to live and die in the city you was born in. Because your hood resume don't transfer. It don't. So when you decide you want to do more and you're going to be more, it requires you to be a different person, a different version of yourself. But I think a lot of that has been impacted by a lot of organizations that are working in the community, Lois Kids doing work in the community. Of course, you got your other large organization, Boys, Girls Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, all those things that are doing community effort, right? And then we're going into communities, firing up the grill, keeping people occupied. When they see positive, we got a lot of positive men and people in the community that are stepping up and starting to get out here more, right? And we just got to continue to do it. We got to get more resources and try to do more activities, you know? So yeah, that's what I think has contributed to it. And I think that the biggest thing is for the summertime, we have to figure out some things, some large scale ideas that we can keep more of our youth occupied.
I agree with you. Thank you for that thought process and the feedback, because I tend to agree with you on that. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I think when we start talking about gun violence, we got to talk about culture, right? And we got to give the kids more culture that offsets it. Like, we grew up listening to a lot of negative music, and we did a lot of negative things, but we also still had a stronger family network, right? Over these years, the family network is breaking down a lot, you know? You don't have the uncle and auntie that was together forever, and you got different parts of the family all spread out and broken, right? So you have to try to do more in the community to offset that. Because, I mean, if anybody, like, you gotta look at the youth. If they don't have something that offsets it, you can't take a kid that's got drugs, women, fun, money, all this stuff in the community, doing whatever they wanna do, and then sit them in the corner and say, hey, just be good. It's not gonna compete. And so because it's not gonna compete, you have to have where they're having just as much fun and just as many opportunities on the positive side of things to get them to stay away from it. Because they're not gonna choose the positive always. But if you got it set up where I'm having such a good time, I don't even realize that my friends that's in the streets, I ain't even seen them in the last couple of weeks. Why? Because I've been having so much fun over here.
Right.
Keeping them involved. And so, because it's like an addiction, like, you know, if you've ever been somewhere and you've been with a large group, and y'all having a good time, or y'all might be on some negative things, it's like an addiction, right? And so you gotta treat it like that. You gotta give somebody something to replace that. And so that's what you gotta do with our youth. Give them something to replace that energy. And while you're doing them and while you got a captive audience, pump as much positive stuff into them as you can. They're not gonna retain all of it, but this piece here and this piece there, and before you know it, you might not take them from being in the streets to being a valedictorian, but you might have taught them enough emotional intelligence to where they realize, you know what? It's not worth it. Or I can walk away, or I can avoid that situation. So you just gotta keep them active, keep them involved, and you gotta build a relationship with them, because you can't correct them if you don't have a relationship with them.
That's it. One last question. What drives you to stay within the community and work with us?
So for me, really, it's a lot of things. It's that other people did more than they had to help me get here, right? So I had a resource officer in middle school, Miss Sands, because they were planning to expel me several times. You know, I was slick. I had it where my parents, I told them that we didn't have a phone, so they couldn't call my parents. So when I got suspended, guess what? You know, my parents didn't even know. So I was getting in a lot of trouble. A lot of times they tried to expel me, but Miss Sands, she kept saying, she said, nah, I'm not gonna let y'all throw him away. I'm not, you know, and so she did that. I had an aunt, you know, I ended up at an alternative school, you know, and so that's where I finished at. But then, you know, I got an aunt who helped me get into college, right? She did my application. She did way more than what she had to, right? Because my mom passed when I was 18. So, like, she helped me get into school. She helped me do my FAFSA, for all of those things, right? She didn't have to, right? And most people say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But she did all that, right? And so it's a lot of people, and there's a lot of opportunities that I could have been the wrong way. And I know that the truth of it is that most of us get to be these older ages by luck, because we've been in situations, we've been in situations that could have went all the way left or went wrong or did go wrong, and we were just able to get out of it, I had a situation where, they had me incarcerated, locked up, but I was able to maneuver in that situation and it not cause me, to have long-term impacts, right? So any day a situation can go to the left and cause us a lot more problems. And so I know that. And so I believe that ultimately, if you want to save your children, you have to mentor other people's kids. It's like this, because if I got 2 kids and I raise them right? And I watch 20 other kids get raised wrong, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose one of my kids to the group, because it's gonna be hard for them to stand in that group and remain to the things that I taught them. So if I want mine to do better, guess what I gotta do? I gotta teach a couple of them so that when my kids are over there, they got somebody else with the same mindset that they can stand with, that believe in that, right? And so what happens is that if you wanna, it's important for all of us to do what we can for each one around us, because you never know how that blows back on your kids or the overall community. And you can either deal with these kids in a positive light, or you can deal with them when they're breaking into your house or your home or something else negative.
That's true. Hi.
Hey,
Give us your name.
my name is Avian Rice.
Avian Rice. Okay. How old are you, Avian?
I'm 14 years old.
Okay. And what school are you currently attending?
Southwest.
All right. Okay. Today we're here to talk about our community and gun violence in our community. So if you would talk about what you see and what experiences you've possibly had dealing with gun violence.
I really haven't seen much of it, but I have seen kids a lot of times walking around with guns, and I feel like the guns, I guess it gives them like a sense of safety, but I don't feel like they really understand that it's hurting them sometimes.
Okay. All right. And what do you think are some of the factors contributing to them wanting to carry guns, and for what purpose?
I think they see a lot of their friends doing it, so they think it's okay for them to do it. Purpose.
So you think their friends have an influence on what they do and their thinking?
Yeah, ma'am.
Wow. Okay. What do you think are some of the things that can possibly help to resolve the issue?
I feel like a daily conversation, asking them how their day going.
Oh.
Or like letting them see a therapist, someone they can talk to, someone they can trust, instead of having guns that they can trust.
Okay. So you feel that by them talking with adults or people in different career fields or professionals that can help them with their thinking and providing direction would be something positive and that will help them out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Are you currently involved in any activities that will prepare you for your future in your school?
Yes, ma'am. Currently, I am in marching band and I am in wrestling.
In wrestling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me how you feel those activities will help to get you to develop skill sets that will prepare you for the future.
Marching band, I feel like marching band can help me in those areas. It gives me more discipline, so I can understand and learn how not to let anything break me.
Oh, okay.
And in wrestling, I feel like it helps me not try to use a gun instead of just use my hands instead, because there's no really point of a gun, because it's like a long term. If you use a gun, it's like a long term thing. And if you use your fist, it's not really long.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to agree with you on that. You're absolutely right. All right. As a young person growing up in this city, crime has decreased among the young people 36%. And I would say in 2022, every other day there or weekend, there would be youth who were killed by their peers because they carried guns. I'm going to ask you this question, and we've been asking pretty much everybody that we talk to. What do you think is contributing to what they call the beefs that go on in our community?
Lies. And I think their parents definitely play a role in that, because their parents are, like, let's say the two parents have beef, and then they try to get their son or daughter try to handle it. It doesn't turn out right most of the time.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you said you're not saying that the parents are contributing to the beef and causing the kids to develop beefs with their parents or with their peers?
Their peers.
Okay, all right. So what would be your suggestion to, say, someone young like yourself on avoiding that type of activity?
I feel like you can.
How can you avoid the beefs is my question.
Okay.
I'll make it easy.
How can I avoid it? It's really not to talk a lot of mess, really. Cause mess gets you caught up, and you really don't need to be in all that. Cause there's really no reason to be in all the mess when you can possibly get killed or hurt.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that response. I appreciate that. Every action has a reaction. So if you do something, and whether it's killing or shooting somebody, they don't take into consideration what's going to happen to them.
Some of them might do, take that as, some of them might do that.
Okay. All right. Have you experienced any personal attacks of violence?
No, ma'am.
All right. What do you think young people like yourself can do to help curb some of the issues in our...
Play your sports for school or something, or play basketball, football, volleyball, soccer, tennis. Play some type of sports. Start their career or something. Even if they don't want to do that, they can start a career outside of school, like what y'all doing. Like, they can do that, or basically work on starting their own business or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like those answers, because you've got people around you today who can actually help you with that. Not just me, but you've got the filmmakers who are here who are willing to provide you with direction. You've got other professionals here who are in other career fields who can provide that type of direction. So if you don't want to be involved in that kind of thing in the community, you have outlets. I mean, you come in contact with us. I mean, we can leave you our contact information. I mean, we do this because we want to help our youth. All right, so tell us your name.
My name is Demiri Wimberly.
Okay, what was that last name?
Wimberly.
Wimberly.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. And how old are you?
17.
Okay. What school are you currently attending?
Southwest.
All right. And are you involved in any activities at school that will prepare you for your future?
ROTC.
Oh, we're talking discipline. All right. And can you talk about your thoughts on the community and what's causing some of the violence in our community, or maybe even you may see some of it at school? So tell us what your thoughts are on that.
Kids beefing, I feel like they should put the guns down, come together, make money, be something like make their mom proud.
Okay. All right. So why do you think they need guns? That's the thing that gets me. Young people who have access to weapons, and why do you think they need the guns?
Most kids use guns just to be seen, but some use for beefing with people. Also to protect themselves.
To do what?
Protect themselves.
Oh, to protect themselves. What are they protecting themselves from?
Beefing. Other people in their family beefing.
Okay. And what do you think are some of the things that would contribute to the process of them not wanting to get involved in it, in beefing with other people? What do you think are some of the things that would help stop that from happening? What can we do as adults and as a youth to help control some of the violence in the community?
Come together, go to somebody grown, talk about the situation before actually doing something.
Okay. You know, there are a number of things that contribute to violence.
Right.
One in particular is starting with the simple thing, and is poverty. There are things like inequality in housing and employment.
Right.
There is issues with food. This is considered a food desert. And do you know what that means?
No, man, you can explain?
Okay. A food desert is a location where people are centrally located and there is no access to groceries within maybe a 25-mile radius. And in this community, the closest grocery store, we know where that is. So this would be considered a food desert. This is one of the things that contribute to it. Inadequate housing is the other. So it's those kinds of things that also contribute to gun violence in the community. But as a young person, what do you think would be something you could do to help control that? You're in ROTC. I heard you say that. So you got some disciplines going on there. So what do you think would be one of the things that, or something that you...
Like inside school, out of school, or just in general?
In general, or both.
In school, see, I don't do the violence, so I prefer to talk about the situation, go to somebody before actually doing something. Outside of school, I feel if ain't nobody coming to fear you or anything, you shouldn't pay it no mind. Let it be. If somebody ain't touching you, harming you, then talk is talk. Everybody talk. So,
thank you. I like that. I do. I think with what you just said, I think that's the solution. People disregarding what someone else is saying to them and not taking it serious. Are you involved in any activities currently that would prepare you for your future career?
I want to be in the Air Force, so being in ROTC.
Oh, well, okay. That's awesome. All right. One last question. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this conversation or advice that you would be willing to give to young people your age around you?
Growing up, see, I was a fighter, so I feel like you gotta open your eyes and realize everything ain't cause for an action. Make your money, make your mama proud, be something in life, have a good character for your little siblings or anybody younger than you. You need people to be around. If your people ain't talking about no money, no good education, them ain't the folks you need to hang around.
Okay. I like that. That's good advice coming from you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Would you be interested in continuing some of the filming sessions we may be doing in the future to continue our series?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
You did a great job.
You know, even if it ain't nothing but to just spill out what's in your heart. You know? So these are my thoughts. Mama tell me why this world don't love me. The ones that look like me, main ones that wanna slug me. Grew up with a chip on his shoulder, now he thuggin'. But peep behind the wall, you see he had no one to hug him. And kids in the hood only imitate what they see.
What
so
are you
who am I to judge?
right now? You said you're not in school. What are you doing to prepare for your future, and what do you plan to do?
I'm trying to get me a trade. I'm gonna go to trade school.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you'd like to do that you could possibly get some help with from people in the community? No? All right.
like to do. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to do? What you like?
You said what I like to do?
Yeah. What do you want to do? What you like?
See, I just want men. I just be chilling right now.
So do you fear death or death of any of your friends?
Nope. Yeah.
As a young man right now, what do you think you could contribute to the community to influence your peers and help them develop a different mindset on what they can do to stop the violence among just the youth in the community? I mean, if, say, you're in your car, you're driving to, say, put gas in your car, and another 16, 17-year-old just drive up and shoot you for no reason, what do you think you can do or say to a friend who has that kind of mindset to want to harm someone else?
Telling them the right way and not the wrong way. Don't show them bad things and expect for them to not to follow behind. Because if they see it, they're going to do it too. Show them a better way of doing things before jumping to conclusions. I wouldn't want nobody to spend the rest of their time in jail. I don't want no more people dying. It's a lot. And just doing better in school, staying in school, graduating, and try to buy land for your mama to have your own house. Like, that's all I want.
That's it.
Okay. Tell us your name and what you plan on doing again, and you can go ahead and leave.
Okay, my name is Samira, and I plan on going to the Army, coming home to my mom, her own house, her own land, and we out.
And introduce the community to Fathers Among Men by providing us with information on the organization, your mission, and your focus.
Okay. Well, my name is Fred Sturdivant. I'm with Fathers Among Men. We've been doing work in Macon for about the last 6 years. And Fathers Among Men, we look at the community trying to impact it from two approaches. From the lens of fatherhood, right? And so one step in that is bringing men together to have space where men can talk about emotional intelligence, where fathers can have resources and communicate, because we believe that as our fathers are more actively involved and engaged, it will have a positive impact on our youth and our overall community as a whole, right? But every approach you have to have a short-term approach and a long-term approach. So dealing with our fathers is our short-term immediate approach. Our long-term approach to the solution is working with our youth. And so that's how our youth program comes into play with Fathers Among Men, because some people don't draw that correlation. So our long-term approach is we get with our youth way before they're ever fathers, and we teach them about responsibility, accountability, and what manhood is. Then by the time they become fathers, they'll be positive role models in the community, making a positive impact on other youth and their kids eventually. And so that's kind of Fathers Among Men's approach. And we call our youth right now, we've changed it where we call them Urban Scout Club.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, Miss Kayla, anything you want to say to your peers or anything like you like Mr. Fred asked you about fear and death? So we want to avoid death. We want to avoid jail. We don't want to see nobody mamas cry, brothers cry. Is it one last thing you can say to people that you feel like could possibly help them?
See, just stay out the street. Stay out the street.
Stay out the street. Okay. I just can.
By your hands.
Thank you.
Get your lighters up. Praying your prayers go higher. This is the songs for the palms of man. A woman that stands with the pressure on pace. Where the fear is in their face. With the childhood pain tucked where the heart beats bass. This is the prayer that walks with you. Even in rooms you never learn your name. Yeah. Walk with me, Lord. I grew up where apologies came late and advice came late night over wing plates. Well, watching somebody break in real time taught me more than anything school ever tried to educate. And maybe triumph ain't a trophy, maybe it's the breath I catch. Knowing I ran my failures though, they chased me hard to death. Maybe when it ain't the glory, it's standing tall outside your prime. When the world rewrites your value, it reduces you to time. Our Father which art in heaven, it's hard out here. Some nights I talk to you whispering, cause I feel too near, trying to make the right moves while the wrong ones true. Our Father which art in heaven, I'm trying to stay clear from the trap, sit quiet, from the past unclear. Walk with me through the noise, don't